Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1MinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about how to get rotational force and centrifugal force into your forehand. And I want to show you a really simple trick, which if you apply it, will allow you to use these two tremendously powerful forces to add power, spin, speed into your forehand. Now in the past, the forehand was a linear stroke, and we'd line up and swing through the ball. But the modern forehand has become more and more rotational. It's become a blend and a marriage of centrifugal force and rotational energy. Rotational energy is quite simply where we pass the weight and momentum of the body from one side of the body to the other. Centrifugal force is the force that's exerted when we rotate, and it's the force that's exerted at the edge of the object. So if this was a roundabout, then in the center of the roundabout, I would just be watching the world go by. But on the edge of the roundabout, then I would be hanging on for my life as I'm thrown away from the center of the rotating object. It's the same with the forehand. To get power into your forehand, to avoid it being pushy and slow, then you need to get rotation and have centrifugal force at the outside of that swing. But how to apply it? Because it's so much more natural to just swing through the ball than it is to make this wonderful rotational stroke. A really effective way of getting a feel of this is to use a tennis cone. And what I'm going to do is bounce the ball in front of me and make a very typical 3.0, 3.5 forehand. And look what happens to the ball. So now my 3.0 forehand finishing over the shoulder here, and the ball is kept in the cone. Let me show you once again, 3.0. But if we have a real rotational forehand, then what's going to happen as I collect the ball is then thrown behind me as I make a rotation of the body. If I isolate the arm, which is what I'm doing in my lower level forehand, then I retain the ball, I retain the energy, I retain the momentum, I lose power. But now if I rotate my body as well as my arm, then I collect the ball and the ball is thrown away and the energy is thrown away and the energy and power is transferred into the ball. And then the natural progression as we replace the tennis racket with the cone is to replace the cone with the tennis racket. And now I try to reproduce that effortless power as I rotate the body first and use centrifugal force and rotational energy to add power to my forehand. If you apply this to your forehand, use the cone and see how quickly you can get to throwing the ball behind you from the cone instead of retaining and keeping the ball. When you can get the feeling of passing that ball away, of using centrifugal force, then you'll have more power and a more effective stroke. Then immediately try it with the racket, and you'll find that you have a better, more powerful, and heavier topspin forehand. I hope this makes sense. Love to know how it works in your game. And if you like my ideas, check out what we're doing online. I'm helping players all over the world with one-to-one online coaching, or have a look at the books. We have many books on every aspect of the game, and the books are broken down into the science, the biomechanics of the stroke, and then really simple solutions with great illustrations. Everything we do is geared to helping you make real improvements and become the best tennis player you can be. So use centrifugal force in your forehand. Use rotational energy. Add power, add spin, hit harder, hit freer today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.
Again, 7-match, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4.